All right, we're back. We're here together once again. What do we got here? We got. Let's have a look. Video storage. Let's have a quick look. Let's do inner light.
Close your eyes and let stress go. In divine light we glow. Forever growing with clarity. Music deep, it sets us free. Never ending ride we take. Discovery as we wake. Unfolding joy deep inside. In this moment we confide. World unglued, chaos strives. Inner peace, don't let it hide. Toxic souls we won't chase. Wisdom flies into space. Far beyond the worries stray. Feelings awaken today. Deep intuition speaks to find wisdom in your beautiful mind. Joy, our guide, was setting free. Drama, regret, let it be. Loved and living gratitude, worthy of a life renewed. Yes, you are loved, feel the beat. Gratitude, life so sweet. Worthy of a beautiful vibe. In this light we all thrive.
All right, we're back. We're here together. I like that one. I found the one today. It's an old rendering that I did. Today is Friday, and we are here together on multiple channels, enjoying this current moment together. And hopefully, you're having a good day. I felt like, why not? This is interesting. Let's have a look here. I want to show you this. Breaking news: Lions owner Sheila Ford Hamp officially announces return of Detroit Lions legend Barry Sanders in 2025 as new co-owner. So I didn't know he had that kind of money. That's crazy, right? Now, is that real? I don't know. I've seen it in a couple places. It's making me think that it is. This is a cool shot too. Oh, I like this one. Here you go. So they are definitely going to be a threat next year. They definitely have the pieces, right, to do it. There's a- My favorite Lions player of all time is Barry Sanders. That's so easy. Who is now co-owner, which I'm having a rough time believing. But good for him. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, that's not the clearest picture I've ever seen. Did you see this? I don't know if this is real. Goff is undefeated versus Mahomes. Is that true? I don't know. This is cool. graph here. Let's look at this together. Which trio would you roll with? Ah, that's a good. Billy Sims, Calvin Johnson, Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, Barry Sanders, Ahmad St. Brown. Amon-Ra. I like that. I think it would be the top one. This is funny. Look at this. Jen Daniels wrote Cancun on 3 on Lions. That's so funny. That's funny, but it's not funny. Ben Johnson. They're going to miss him, I'll tell you. He was definitely one of the better coaches. No doubt about that. What's this here? It says, thanks for the love and support towards my career. I really appreciate it no matter what happened. Keep cheering for the Detroit Lions. Interesting. Let's see. Jared Goff actually has a Facebook page? That's so funny. It's going, do you know Jared Goff? No. No, I don't. Well, look at that. That's interesting. That's quite the neck tattoo. Can't really see it that well. It's almost like the all-seeing eye, like the Masonic all-seeing eye. That's a great shot right here. Check that one out. That is a good shot. But they will be a force to be reckoned with next year. For sure. All right, let's see what we've got for tunage. We have Shining Light. Let's do this.
Keep shining your powerful light. Love is alive. It's alive tonight.
The inactive breakdown never stop. Dreaming about love. We reach the top. Keep shining.
All right, we're back. I love this image. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. One of my favorites ever made on Grok. Really, really good. And that was the first generation of Grok. So is this. This is the Bell Kings. We do that every Sunday, 10 Eastern. 10:30 Eastern with Fireman Rich and the one and only Tony D, Ted Hicks, and of course Brian. This is Shout MGB. You are here with us today. Hopefully you're enjoying the programming. Here we go. What's this say here? This is an old one too. The NFL Bell Kings Fantasy Football. I like that one too. Looks like a nice crest, right? So let's look at the video storage, see what we have. So we did, I don't think we did Inner Light and we did Shining Light. And now we're going to do Frequencies Reborn. Enjoy.
I love when you smile. Winds of change are blowing. In your love is my safe place. It is like floating in outer space, reflecting on moments, toasting beautiful melodies, living in the higher frequencies, moving to the future. Together we're strong. This is a lifelong commitment that has been growing strong. You are never alone, my darling, growing in wisdom divine. It's your loving embrace that is where we feel most alive. Feeling new connections, opening weary minds, tasting the richness that calls to be discovered. Heavenly connections, my mind craves more of these. Divine frequency, place your heart next to mine.
Do you believe that to be true? I do. I think that's a true statement. Always do good. It comes back to you in unexpected ways. And I believe that. You never get necessarily the good things that you did back from the people that you did them for. Does that make any sense? It's not always the path that you gave it to. But the universe, I swear, tallies. And then magically you find people who are willing to support you along your journey. Always do good. It comes back to you in the unexpected ways. Believe it. Yeah. It should be the unexpected pathways, I think, because you just don't know where generosity is going to reach. Here's Simone. There you go. That's a great picture of her right here. You can see that she is obsessed with crystals. I love this one. This one's good. I've posted this many times. I don't care what other people think of me. I enjoy my life with my own rules. And that is so true. That is such a true statement. Live by your own rules. Soon, this gentleman here will have a opportunity to do a three-peat. We'll see how that ends up for him. I hope it goes well. You just don't know, right? It's been a really cool playoff so far. There's an old saying, the lines in your face represent the places you have been. And this is probably one of the coolest portraits I've seen. So if you look here, how many of these quarterbacks can you name just by glance? So I'm looking here and I see CJ Stroud on the bottom. Let's see if I got the little mouse thing here. Yeah, the little hands. So we've got CJ Stroud, Patrick Mahomes, Jared Goff, Jordan Love, Joe Burrow, Brock Purdy, Matthew Stafford, and that's Mr. Jackson, right? Lamar. There he is. We all thought Lamar would go farther. We all thought that Jarrett had a chance. And the rest, yeah, they kind of fell where they're supposed to be. Unfortunately, that's life, right? You don't know sometimes where it's going to end up. This was one of the greatest surprises this year. Good old Brock Bowers, right? Love this picture. This was also made by Grok. Isn't that gorgeous? This one's kind of trippy. I like this one as well. This is cool, right here. And we do like AI music. We love Suno. We got Suno right there. Love that. And we also enjoy Udio. And we're definitely in outer space at times. Let's see if we can make this bigger. Isn't that beautiful? Let's see what else we got here. And of course, this is the platform of Shout MGB. And we are grateful for you being here with us today. That is a very cool rendering. And here's the merch. There you go. AI, Shout MGB. There's Suno again. Let's see what else we have here. I love this one. It's so hilarious. Football, the spiritual side of the NFL. Isn't that super spiritual? That to me is just freaking hilarious. More Shout MGB. There you go. Like this one as well. All right, let's have a quick look and see what we have set up. What excites your heart? Let's do it. Love the tone on this one.
Let your love awaken the night. The wind whispers the glory of goodness and grace. Your mind is moving like a windstorm. We are moving into a new storm. The winds of change are blowing. I love your divine perfection, unfolding in my direction. All we really have is this belief, holding on to what brings relief. You're not defined by a house so grand. Life's a fleeting moment, a grain of sand. Choose to follow what excites your heart. In this world we all play a part. When you smile, it's like the sun's first light, guiding me through darkest night. Forget the things you cannot be. Just embrace your destiny. It's not the space or how it's filled, but the dreams you haven't chased until you find the place where you belong. In the lyrics of your own song, you're not defined by a house so grand. Life's a fleeting moment, a grain of sand. Choose to follow what excites your heart. In this world we all play a part. You are the beauty of the stars, no matter where or who you are. The universe aligns with grace as you move through time and space. Stop. Goodbye. Shout MGB. Shout MGB. You're not defined by a house so grand. Life's a fleeting moment and a grain of sand. Choose to follow what excites your heart. In this world we all play a part.
Coach of the Year. Look at that. Dan Quinn, formerly with the Cowboys. Your 2024 Coach of the Year, Commanders head coach Dan Quinn, as voted on by NFL on Fox fans. That's kind of cool. Ooh, that's so neat. Wow. Look at that. Isn't that neat? I like this one. That has so many layers to it. This is good too. I like that. If you treat me good, I'll definitely treat you better. I like that. I don't think that's necessarily true. This is good right here. Your 2024 Offensive Player of the Year is Eagles running back Saquon Barkley, as voted by NFL on Fox fans. That's kind of cool. Now, what kind of car is that? It's beautiful, whatever it is. I like this one. I saw this earlier. Life will never wait for you to be okay. Get up, carry your burden, and keep on going. Love that. There's a lot of truth in that. A man is great not because he hasn't failed. A man is great because failure hasn't stopped him. Confucius. Very good. Your smile is your logo. Your personality is your business card. And the way you make others feel is your trademark. There is a Japanese legend that says crying is just the way your eyes speak when your mouth can't explain how broken your heart is. Oh, that's a good one. I like this. Self love is a superpower. Be good to yourself. I like that one. That is very good. Okay, let's have a look here. So we've got Super Bowl appearances. Patrick Mahomes, 5. Tom Brady, 3. John Elway, 3. Troy Aikman, 3. Bob Greasy, 3. And good old Ben Rosenberg, 3. So, but this is before the age of 30, not total. I like this one too. The lies are always loud. The truth is always quiet. I like that. That is really good. Sadly, the only way some people will learn to appreciate you is by losing you. Here we go. When someone says you and what army? That one's kind of cool. My patience is basically a gift card. Not sure how much is left on it, but we can give it a try. I like that. That is awesome. What's this one? Is this one of those you're supposed to? Okay, well, I'm a Taurus, so it says, I'm a Taurus. I'm not shy. I'm a thinker. I'm an observer. I'm not stuck up. I'm not antisocial. I treasure my solitude. I'm not a fan of small talk. I prefer a few close friends. I'm reserved until I'm not. I appreciate true connection. If we are connected, you matter to me. Oh, that's beautiful. I definitely save that one. That's good. Just because I don't react doesn't mean I didn't notice. Oh boy, that's good too. I love this. I feel this event was born out of a lie that got out of hand. That's funny and good. Reset, restart, refocus. I like that. I like this. Never blame anyone in your life. Good people give you happiness, bad people give you experience. Worst people give you a lesson. Best people give you memories. That is awesome. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes you learn. All right. One of the best feelings in the world is when you're hugging a person you love and they hug back even tighter. That is great. Creative people need time to sit around and do nothing. Yeah, it's like a reboot. Disappear, improve, return, shock everyone. I like that. Disappear, improve, return, shock everyone. That's a good one. And that was Self Care Canvas. What else do we have? You deserve to feel the same love that you give. Oh, this one's so sad. I don't want to post that. I'm going to pass on that. This one's weird. I don't think it's real, but it's unique. To capture joy, we must cast a net of gratitude. Ooh, I like that one. That one's good. They'll never find another you. Agreed. Totally agree. I like this. Treat woman kindly. When she gets angry with you, hug her. When she is silent, ask her what her problem. Yeah, I don't know about that. When she ignores you, give her attention. When she wants to get away from you, don't agree with her opinion. When you see her at her worst, tell her that she is beautiful. When you see her crying, kiss her and tell her that you love her so much. 7. When she is jealous of you, it means that she loves you more than she can imagine. Or more than you can imagine. I think that was the proper way to say it. This one's beautiful. Let's see if I can get it to. It's not letting. Huh? Yeah, I just took a bit. Had to wrestle with this one. I really like this one though. It's gorgeous. Okay. Never believe you are above or below anyone. Keep a humble spirit. I like that a lot. That is very, very true. Here we go. He was one of the best actors ever. Unbelievable. So is he still alive? Because he says he is 95 years young today. So I thought he passed, but it just might be his birthday. I'm not entirely sure about that. I like this. A journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step. I love this one. I've seen this one many times. This is so true. Success, hard work, persistence, late nights, rejections, sacrifices, discipline, criticism, doubts, failure, risk. All of those are incredibly true. Absolutely. 1,000%. I totally agree with that. A lot of people just need someone to be kind to them today. I would agree with that. I think that's Trevor Lawrence. Oh, this is nice. He has a new baby. Look at that. Be nice if you could see the baby. So let's do this. This will work. Isn't that beautiful? The baby looks happy. Many insiders believe Jets star wide receiver Garrett Wilson will request a trade out of New York, mainly due to the team's constant turnover at QB and head coach. Oh, this is two of the young girls that perished in the plane crash. Oh, that's so sad. That is so, so sad. All right, let's have a look here. What do we got? This looks good. There is nothing I enjoy more than minding my own business and finding new ways to grow and thrive in silence. You say antisocial, I say I say at peace. I like that. I like this one too. My mother told me a person who left in anger will always come back, but the one who left with a smile will never be back again. Ooh, that one's good. That one is good. Oh, look at that. Nickelodeon. That's kind of cool. Oh, this is nice too. I like this one. Humans really could have a beautiful little existence on Earth just creating art and eating fruit. Instead, we have credit scores and taxes. There's truth there. It is Happy Friday. All day today. Absolutely. Let's see here. You can see me for a moment. Let's see what we've got. So we played. We played What Excites Your Heart, Shining Light Techno. Why don't we play this
All
for a
right,
bit?
we're
This might be a
here
good idea.
around the world together with a dear friend, and we are going to be talking about Twitter Spaces. And she is a major star, as far as I'm concerned, in the realms of Twitter Spaces. She's laughing. I used to do them, but I got so frustrated that I stopped doing them. And it was partly because I had all the idiots from HAPS coming up and being nuts. And Tony, yes, I'm talking about you. No, I'm only. Uh, Donika, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, Michael. Thank you for having me. Happy Friday. I am Donika Gunther. I'm a life coach, focus more on mindfulness and spirituality. And I do a lot of energy healing. My focus is more to help people to reduce their stress and anxiety and to become more mindful in day to day, you know, chores than we do, so they to find that release and unwind before they go to sleep, and mostly let go, because when we sit down on that negative energy, we don't find that clarity and focus. And I'm a teacher by day. I'm a science teacher. I forgot to say that. I'm over 30 years teaching.
So here's the bottom line. We're going to talk kind of about a good subject and a bad subject for the new year. And I'm going to bring it up because so many people stop doing Twitter Spaces because A, they either get bullied, people hijack their their broadcast, and what I mean by that, and we'll both talk about it. I'm a big believer of the component of don't talk any more than 2 minutes. If you're the host if you're the participant, especially if you have 30 people in the room. Now, if you have you and me, that's different, right? You can talk
Yes.
as long as you want, and you know me, I would go, okay, you're long-winded. Yeah, I would say that,
Yes.
or we need to move on, and I've done that. So what I used to do when I was on Haps with Tony is we would give everybody 2 minutes. And if you couldn't get it done in 2 minutes, we used to call it the Russian flush. And we would actually shut off your microphone and flush a toilet sound. And we would go on to the next person. But it taught everybody in the room that you had to share the dance floor. Now, I'm kind of curious as an observer to know some of the stuff that you implement in your rooms. We'll start with that.
Yes, I host my room every Monday, 5 o'clock p.m. EST time, and it's called Mindfulness with a Purpose. So before I start with the topic, I welcome people and I set the rules for the room. Welcome. What's the purpose? Why we set this room? And we have to stay 1 to 3 minutes. And sometime, if we have newcomers and they don't know, we just don't want to offend them, it can go max to 5, but most of the
Yeah.
time, and number two is if it's something that can trigger others, we say trigger warning, and I disrupt the conversation, so to bring them back to the topic, because
Okay,
can
slow
trigger a
down for a
lot of
sec.
people.
Slow down for a sec. Her and I are friends, so we can do this.
Yes.
There are many people that are going to want to know what the hell you mean by trigger in a spaces. Because you got to remember, there's people out there going, I want to do a Twitter spaces once a week, every week, and I have no clue what I'm doing. So, what is some of the triggering things? You and I could probably do 2 hours on the crap that we've seen and heard.
Correct.
Go
Yes.
ahead.
And so the first thing that I want to say is to be kind to others, because we have seen a lot of bullies that belittle each other's, or they just talk about each other's behind the back or in front. It doesn't matter. Number two, they interrupt people. If they are in the panel of speakers, they just, without anything, then mute the mic, then they can interrupt the co-host, the host, and the speakers. And sometimes it is not nice for anybody. And if you redirect them or tell the rules, they can get upset. So that is number one. You have to be nice and you have to respect the rules, because I'll mute you and you don't have to talk. So it's my decision as a host to see if I give you a warning in the beginning and I put the rules and you are not listening. So I'm going to move you from the speaker to the listener, because it can trigger other people. And if I don't redirect, other speakers can leave. So we have to be fair with everybody. If you don't follow the rules and you think this is a joke, to me, I take everything seriously. I prepare for that. And sometimes it is like season right now. I was talking about winter blues, and some people are very depressed and they can talk about suicidal. So I always tell, be careful, because can trigger other people, and you never know, because we don't see people's faces, we don't know where they're sitting, we don't know what they are talking about. So always say something, but don't go deep, because it is your problem and we're looking for results most of the time.
Okay, so you just brought up a good point, and my guides kind of told me to go in a slightly different direction, which we'll both like. Because we started this off kind of hostile, but we're
It's
we're
okay.
trying to we're trying to inform people what to get used to. So if you don't set boundaries, you affect the energy in the room. And if you get someone who comes in who's, say, like an emotional vampire, they can absolutely hijack your broadcast to the point where you don't even want to be there anymore. You just want to shut it down and go. And they kill the vibe. If you're in a really good room, and you and I have been in these, everybody elevates each other. There's respect. You feel the room. You don't want to leave. In fact, it affects your speech because the vibration is so high. But if you get I would say narcissist. I think that's the nicest way of saying that. Attention seekers,
Self-centered.
self-centered. We could go on and on.
Yes.
You and I have the ability, if we wanted, we could do a broadcast by ourselves. No
Correct.
problem. We
Yes.
could go. But we care enough for the people in the room that we don't need to hear the sound of our voice. We really want it to be about the fluidity of the room. Can you kind of talk about that?
Absolutely. So one thing that I am aware of, I don't talk much about myself because doing the spaces for the past 3 years, I've given away bits and pieces about myself. So it's better to connect with people through that topic than you share little bit about you. There are people that can talk about themselves throughout the space and you don't know how to tell them to stop. So if you do that all the time, it is like you put the people away. They don't want to join the spaces all the time. Number two, um, if you're rude to the people that are in the space, it shows then you don't have that maturity of a leader. So always you have to keep the listeners, the speakers, they can become your clients tomorrow. And how you bring that, how you represent yourself, this is how people are going to take you, because the topic, the presentation, the communication skills, the tone of voice, they all affect, your room. So if people, the same people show up week after week after week, they see something on you. And when they say what they learn and how we affect them and their testimony, it shows them you are doing something effective, something positive, and helping not only yourself but the community as well. So be humble, listen more and talk less. And it's not about you, it's about, we as a community.
Community. Okay.
Mhm.
So as you were talking, my guides were talking to me. And the one thing that we need to kind of emphasize is you're going to have big personalities like mine and yours and Tony D. And we have the ability to bulldoze or hijack a broadcast. I've done that. I've done that when I'm bored. If I feel like the energy in the room is low, I'll be a joker. I'll do something just to get it buzzing again, right?
Correct.
That's okay as long as it's playful. But when it's malicious or gossipy and you're out to hurt people, no. And here's the other thing I really want to stress this to individuals, don't do the same space every time. And what I mean by that, and I'm going to talk about my DJ friends, because I'm a weird cat. I make music, I love music, I sing. We're both multi talented weirdos, me more than you.
I
Weirdo's
am
not a.
too.
Yeah.
A weirdo is good. You listen to your
Yeah.
guides.
Why be ordinary when you can be extraordinary? But
Correct.
here's my point. Every single person in that room has something to contribute. Individuals that are in the room, and we both have been through this before. Like, I've had spaces, I knew you have, where I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it, but I got in the room, and the people in the room elevated the energy, and we just kind of spawn off of each other. You and I are really good at that. We could talk about
Yes.
nothing for days. I don't know if anybody else would be entertained, but we would be entertained. And if we brought Tony in, it would be zany and it'd be like a, and that's a great thing. If you have a good room, it's
We
like a
brought a
buff.
Rumi too. Rumi like to
Oh,
talk
I love
about.
Rumi. Yeah,
Yes,
and
me
Rumi
too.
was edging me on the other day. I had to do dinner with my wife, and he's like, "Mike, come on up, get up here." Yeah, but that's the thing. That is playful, disruptive.
Yes.
That's not malicious. And if you associate with these people, and you were talking about giving parts of yourself out there, and you were talking about clients, here's the thing. I've had employers look at my videos and go, "Yeah, I want him." Like one of my jobs, he said, "I don't need him. Bring him in. Just yeah, play another one. Yeah, he's perfect." And my boss went, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, no, I've seen enough here in the video. That's all I need." So I got hired from him watching one of my spiritual videos. He's like, yeah, he's weird. It'll work. Let's get him in. But if you go on and you start ranting and swearing and you're trying to be right, instead of being kind or and compassionate, that can haunt you. And whatever we say or do on here, it's forever.
And that is immaturity, because um, as you said, everything is recorded, and you're going to go back and listen in a year, in 5 years, and say, wow, what did I see? So this is why I said, listen before you speak. Tune in. And if you prepare yourself for 2 minutes, listen to what the host is talking about. And if something triggers you, don't answer to that. So that it means that you are here, just to express yourself, your concerns, share your story, and don't finger point like he did that, she did that. It is not good. And if you go from one room and that room, the energy and vibration is not for you, don't bring that energy to my room. I didn't create it. So if my room is zen and is
Mm.
positive, why you bring and dump that energy and those gossip and that anger in my room? So I have to intervene and say, just let's stay in the topic. So redirect the
But
people.
that's the outlet, right? I
Yes.
love what you said, dump. It is for some people, not to be gross, it is a giant shit fest. They come into you, they take a dump, as you said. Not quite the way I said it, but I think mine's more graphic. They come in, they do a poo patty and leave the fragrance for the rest of the room. And I've seen that. And I've even seen people who consider what you're doing competition, and they'll right away go run a room. And that's
Well,
like the
we have
big.
seen that, Michael, from the beginning, 3 years right now. We've seen people then they come like all so expressive and look like
Yeah.
volcano is erupting with ideas and create the rooms, and they like are overcharged, and they become burned out, because how much energy you have to stay for hours in Twitter space, now X. You have to recharge yourself. You have to just go out and exercise, because why are you for so many hours? Is like, are you going to share values? Are you going to see who the competitors are? Or you just want to learn about people's strengths and your weakness? Or you just learning? But if you want to learn, find 2 3 spaces then that are aligned with your mission, and stay there. They are very good, because you learn more where like the spaces are exactly for your expertise or what you are teaching, and the people are going to be attracted to that room. And energy, even if it's low, somebody, people, and you go and feel more safe and comfortable. But stuff hopping from one to another is like, I don't know. I don't do that. I save my energy. I rather give 100% in my room that spread myself thin, and I'm not in use for anybody.
Here's the thing. For some people, it's a form of addiction. And I've seen individuals, some close friends, especially when we were doing haps in the day, they were on there 6 8 hours a day.
Yep.
And I was like, this isn't healthy. And you're saying things you don't mean, and you're bored.
Yep.
And we used to stir the pot, and that's not good either. But we used to do that out of boredom. You can imagine Tony and I stirring the pot, right? But I want to address one thing here, and it's just if you're going to run a spaces and you want it to be information, then just go on with yourself and one guest. Don't have a room of 35 people in there that you promised that you would talk to and never get to them because you want to hear the sound of your voice. The other thing I've noticed recently, too, which is really scary, is you've got these people who say that they're these enlightened beings, and everything that comes out of their mouth is angry.
Mhm.
They're so angry. I can't even be in the room. And there's this it's hard to believe there's a hierarchy within spiritual people. What? How can that be? We're all the same, right? We're all trying to do our best. And yet you go in these rooms and there's individuals in there and they don't let anybody speak at all. They're in there and I don't you were talking about hours. I'll I'll go finish what I got to do, go walk my dog, come back 3 hours later, they're still there. They're
I
still
agree.
there.
I agree. Absolutely agree with that. And as I said in the beginning, is a reason why people are in there. And if we can see face to face like we have live, it's going to be a different energy and to understand. But behind that screen, we really don't know what people are going through.
Mhm.
So it is like can be a trigger or can be they don't know how to heal that part then is unhealed, because when people get angry right away and aggressive and disrespectful, it means that something inside you, those wounds are not healed. And if you don't do that inner work, you're never going to come in that peace and serenity, in that inner peace, accepting yourself, not comparing yourself with others, but just embrace who you are. Because there are hundreds and thousands of life coaches out there and mindful coaches. I never compare myself with anybody. I don't sound like anybody. I do it my own way. And I
Put it
am
on pause for
sure,
1 second here. 1
yeah,
second here.
yeah,
If you learn anything, people that are watching this, hello, you right there, don't compare yourself with anybody. You are a unique signature. So when you do this, you are going to F up. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to look foolish. But the people who want to be there, who are similar in vibration, they don't care. The only person who cares is you.
yeah,
Nobody else cares. They really don't. I've been in rooms where people are like, I still watch them. They're stuttering, they're swearing, they're frustrated, they're crying. I'm just like, what are they doing next? It's like the gamut of that. Years ago, if you go way back, I've been doing this 15 years. About 10 years ago, there were a whole bunch of people that were coming on and just spooing, screaming, and shouting and smashing things and breaking TVs. And I used to call that shock broadcasting, and saying the most ungodly things about women and other people and politicians and athletes. And I thought, this has got to stop. And then it went from that to you couldn't say anything.
yes,
You couldn't voice an opinion because you'd lose your channel.
yeah,
And then we went from that to I don't know where we are now with Donald Trump. How do you feel about that? Are you a political person at all? Because there's so much hatred right now. Like I went into a room today, I had to leave, and I liked the lady, but she was just venting like about Donald, and I'm thinking, don't let him rent that much space in your head.
yeah. You
Go
talk
ahead.
about energy, Michael. I
Yeah.
don't go in political spaces at all, because if you start with, I hate Donald Trump, I hate,
Mm-hmm.
the person, if you start with that hate, I mean, then how do you see the person next to you? We agree to disagree. If you don't like who is the leader, we are not. He is not leading for his own interest. He is leading a
Right.
country. Correct. So we have to understand that what is he bringing in the table, and now then he is chosen. Why you still continue to rant about that? You just pray. The best thing is pray, then things will change, because changes don't come by sitting down. Changes come
Mm-hmm.
by taking action and making that. I am firm believer, if we didn't move in Albania, uh, we still will be communist country. So I grew up in communism,
Yep.
and was socialist country with Lenin and Stalin at the time, and we become Democrat country in 1991 when I finished college. The same summer I finished college, and I left Albania during the Kosovo War. So I have seen everything, but guess what? All those changes make Albania who is right now. People are free to speak, freedom of speech, or to talk and build the life that they want. And a lot of us migrated because we wanted to get away from that system. So changes come when we all come together, not against each other.
Here's the thing: when we can exchange energy in a
Yeah.
respectful way, and that happens in some rooms. The other day we were in a room, and it was Simone's room, and it was
Yes.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
And it
Absolutely.
was a beautiful energy, and we really didn't say anything. There was nothing super magical. We were just, what does she say? We were bathing in the moment. I think that's her terminology. We were
Yeah.
bathing, and she always talks about clean energy.
Yep. Because
We
we
need,
resonated with each other's energy
yeah.
and we are present. Like when somebody finished the sentence, the other person is like continue the same, conversation without interruption, just with kindness and, being present.
Here's the thing. I'm going to switch gears just for a second. Nothing scary, but I want to talk a little bit more about goal setting for the new year. So, this is for people who have never broadcast before. They're terrified, but they want to do it. It's like that little voice inside them. It makes them excited to go and broadcast. Do yourself a favor. Co-host somewhere first. Co-host. It is terrifying to go on by yourself at first. Unless you want to wrestle the tiger or the lion, in which is your nerves. If you looked at both of us a few years ago, how far we've come and how calm we are. Like,
We
I
did.
have people all the time say to me, "It's like you're talking to your friend." But to me, I've done it for so long. There is no woo factor to it. There is no wow. But when you first do it, you're like this.
It is scary.
Uh, Mommy, yeah, make it better.
I can't do it. I'm
I think
giving
I pooped my pants.
up.
Why is everybody so mean?
Correct.
Yeah,
Exactly,
right.
like the teenagers and preschoolers and competition, who is the best one,
Yeah.
who and that people get so obsessed with how many likes, how many retweet, and I really don't care. I've been there for 3 years. I still am at the 6,000, but there are
Someone
solid
the other
six
day,
thousand people.
someone the other day kind of pissed me off. I got to be honest. It takes a
Oh,
lot to piss me off. And it was like, "You have 36,000 followers." And I went, "Who cares?" And he goes,
yes.
"What do you mean?" I said, "I've been doing this for 15 years. I better have some." And I said, "Here's the thing." I said, "It doesn't mean shit." And he goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, why?" I said, "Because most people buy them. I didn't. But here's
Oh,
the thing. Here's the thing. Number one, engagement. If you have 36,000 followers and you only have engagement with 500, here's something the other day that made me laugh. I applied through Twitter to become where I guess you can get paid.
yeah.
So
You
they were
have to
like
have
going,
50,
"Oh, oh,
500 followers with blue check mark. I think
right, influencers." He calls them
influencers.
Elon
Correct.
influencers. I have that, what they deem to be influencers. You have to have so many hours of, and then you ready? In the last 2 months, 4 million views. And I went, I don't have that, but
Oh
I
my
have two of
god!
them. 4 million in the last 2 months. I have to average 4 million views.
Congratulations
No,
on
no, no,
what
no.
you
But
do,
I
but
don't have four.
you're going to achieve there. But you are not in a hurry. You just want to deliver. You are on a mission, to touch lives. You are not just
I think
greedy.
I think you'll be at my ceremony at my grave going, he did it. He finally got 4 million. It was only when he died.
Don't worry. Maybe God doesn't want us to have 4 million people. They just want to be us humble, so people to resonate with us more. You
I
know, it's
I
like
want.
a barrier when you
Yeah.
become rich, and it's like, oh my God, what I'm going to say. You don't change because you have more followers. You still do it.
Okay. Do you know who Jerry Seinfeld is?
Yes,
Okay. Yeah, and you've watched Seinfeld before.
yes, yes.
Okay. He talked about when he first made it. He was like, "Oh wow, I bought this huge mansion. It was white, it was beautiful, it was sterile, and I was sitting in there by myself and I wept because I was so lonely."
Oh,
He said, "I realized what I thought I wanted wasn't what I wanted." He said, "I wanted to create, and I created something I loved, and I probably would have done it for a tenth the money." He makes 60 million a year, every year, from just residual, from
correct.
because it gets played all over the world. And he talked about the one thing in his life that brings him joy is coffee. That's it. He said, "I have my coffee in the morning, and from that point on, it goes downward." So then you have Jim Carrey, who I consider to be brilliant, right?
Yes.
He's unbelievable, right? You know,
He's your Canadian boy, is it?
right? Ace Ventura, The Grinch, The Mask, yeah, whole bunch of stuff. He talked about, "I wish every single person had the kind of money I've had and realize it's just part of it.
And
You
how
have to
lonely you
do
become.
you have to do the soul work. If you don't do
Hmm.
the soul, so all these people get this money, and what is the first thing they do? They start working on the inners.
Hmm.
And usually you neglect something to get something. So if you align the energy to money, you probably haven't been doing your shadow work. I don't know if you've noticed, but the last year I've really done a lot of shadow work. I don't even know if I would have done the show a year ago. I would have went, who cares? They're all idiots. Let's not talk about it. But now I genuinely want to help people who are starting because they're scared. And I know we're
Correct.
coming into the new year, and I just thought there's no one better that I know, you and Simone maybe, that could come in and go, it doesn't have to be perfect. So if you can
No.
talk about your fears when you started, and what you started from and how many people were in the room. Like Joe Rogan said, he had 200 people the first 2 years at each show. That was it. Like when he was doing his podcast, 200. What is he now? 200 million? It's crazy. So
Yes.
momentum.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
you. I landed.
when I started, um, then I used to be in hubs and on the other spaces, and my sister brought me here, Bobby. She said you should come in Twitter space because it's so good and people will love you. And I was like, no, I don't want to go anywhere. Right now I am busy. And she was like, Donna, just open. So she was my co-host and she knew the way in and how to do it. So in the beginning, there were all the artists, musicians, singers, artists. And I was listening. And sometimes
Mm-hmm.
she let me co-host. And I was like,
Aw.
my heart was pounding and was shaking. And she was doing with Kimberly, the Friday Vibe Tribe, and I used to go there too. So I stayed for a good like 3 months listening because I wanted to be ready. So every time then she make me a co-host and I start asking question, feeling
Yeah.
comfortable. And but I knew because I've been on the stage speaking before and I have so many, have done workshops and everything, but having your room and guiding the room and seeing who is coming, and you have to be like a hawk. So in the beginning I probably have 30, 40 people, max 70 people. And was Graciela, I remember Graciela hosted with Salman, and the
Mm-hmm.
team came later. But I was looking who my co-host, and you have to find good co-hosts too because half of the job is having a good co-host. because that energy
Yeah.
wise flow.
So why
And
why did you hire a roomie then? What happened there? You lost your way?
why didn't I
No,
hire
why
roomie?
did you hire a roomie? You said you needed quality, so you got roomie, and he's crazy.
But
Do you like
Rumi
crazy?
is in London and is very
Yeah.
late. Same for my sister. I don't want to put people on the spot. I have been co-hosting with Noble Ron and Tim for so long. Noble Ron have been there from the beginning after Bobby moved, because she said it's too late for me, Donna. And she
Yeah.
was like, "You found your way." Noble Ron
Let's take a
is in
moment
US.
and give gratitude to Noble Ron, just
Yes,
for a second.
absolutely.
Let's. Yeah, he hasn't passed people. We're just we're just saying thank you for your service and being there. He is a really steady guy.
Absolutely wonderful.
He's good
Very
at
helpful.
grounding. Yeah,
Hmm.
so if you can get somebody who can ground the room or ground you, if you
Yes.
start going off the rails, right? Because
Yes.
opposites attract. So I I think part of the reason this works. Did you find a dime on the floor?
No, but I forgot to plug my phone, and he's like, it says dying, so I have to charge it.
Well done. See, and that's one of the things you got to worry about is you're going to run out of power. People do
Yeah.
that all the time. The broadcast stops because the battery stopped.
Yes. So I
So
am all gone. And yeah, Noble Ron have been from the beginning. Absolutely amazing. He is like he has a lot of followers too. I don't know how many, 30,000, 40,000,
hmm
maybe more than that. But he's so humble. Everybody like him. He doesn't, ever talk about himself. Always very gentle on these answers, but
yeah,
truthful to himself. And I have Tim Brown for co-host, and I co-host with him on Saturday, confidence speaking. So I got lucky, and sometime Rumi comes. Whenever one of the guys
yeah.
is not there, Rumi
Tim,
comes.
though, just let's slow it down a bit here. So Tim, if you don't know how to speak, if you don't know how to conduct yourself in a room, he's the best at I would say managing a room. Uh, like all of us, he has aspects that he needs to work on, including myself. You always are evolving and trying to get better. Why are you laughing?
Including myself. I love how you always put yourself, talk about yourself first. It's important people to know Michael needs something to improve,
Oh,
because
lots, lots. Oh God.
and that is beauty, if you are open to accept it, then I need work, so people feel better about that. I need
No,
to.
but I'm flawed. It's part of the human experience. It really is. For years, when I first did it, I wanted to prove that I was one of the smartest people in the room. That was the key, like 10 years ago. And
Yes.
then I got to a point and went, "This is boring. I'm an idiot." I watched myself and I went, "You're an idiot. You're a pompous idiot. What are you doing?" And it wasn't until I watched the broadcast I was horrified. And I went, I need to change or I need to stop, one or the other. I was getting great audiences, but I didn't like who I saw in the mirror. I was kind of like, "You're a dick." Honestly, that's kind of what I went. I went, "Yeah, I think you know what that means." Okay, we're good. See, so I just was not the person I am today. Where now it's kind of like I really believe. Oh, this is a great transition. I really believe, and this might be a great way for us to talk about this life review. Okay, when you
Yes.
die or you've had a near death experience, I've seen on multiple shows, maybe 100 shows, where you do this life review and all the emotions and all the experience and feelings that you've made other people feel, be it good or bad, you go through it. Hyper. And it could be thousands of souls, and you have to go through that. So I'm telling you, for a very long time there, I was like, I better get my shit together. Because I'm going to fry. I'm going to absolutely fry when they do the wild review, or they're going to send me downstairs if there is one. I'm going to be in the chamber with you know, the guys
I
with
can
the
give
little.
you my own experience traveling. I had
You
I
see,
I traveled during a dream, and I saw how
yeah.
this out there. My One of my good friends, her daughter passed away. She was 20,
Okay.
and she was like, "Oh my God, I will need
Can
to
you just
connect
set
with you."
that up so they don't know? Because they're going to think we're completely smoking grass. So she is, if I'm right, you're talking about life review. That's where we're going right
Correct.
now.
Correct.
Go.
Yes. Life review.
Proceed.
So
Proceed.
I am in this dream, and I'm walking through this lavender field with lavender, and all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden I hear this voice, and it says, "Hold on the stairs." And the sky opened up, and the stairs came and say, "Hold." And just I hold the bar of the stairs, and I was inside in the sky, and it opens up and it closes right away. So when I go there, everything was marble white, and there were two sides of trains, one train on the left and one in the right. But when I went there was a desk, and that person, the young girl, then she passed away, she graded me and she said, "Miss Donna, how you doing?" And I was like, "Oh my God, what are you doing here?" She was like, "Oh, I'm a lawyer, but I grade people." And she was like, "You just came and a red flash light was flashing in there." And I said, "What is that?" She was like, you just enter in here." And she was like, if you decide to leave, the light is going, come off. But if you stay in here, that it turn green if you leave, it turn black if you stay. So I was like, oh, I couldn't understand. But right in there was like this big screen TV. And I can see myself as a young girl with curly hair running. I see my brothers and I see my everybody else. And being mean, being good, being happy. And I was like, oh my God. She was like, "Oh yeah, this is life review." So I walked from there. She was like, "Do you want to go for a ride with train?" And she was like, "We have like shops in here and everything." And people were like, I couldn't see their faces, but I felt the energy, like
Mm.
the sounds and the energy was joyful. So I jump on the train, and it was like a lot of stops, and you see shop and you see people talking. But the other train on the other side was like going flying. And I was like, "What is the train?" She said, "Oh, there are people, then they are not returning anymore. So they go to the final destination."
That's
So,
me.
correct.
That's me.
So the
That's
TV,
what I want. I no desire to come back.
TV for them was at the end of the line. For the
Yeah.
guests, then come and visit the one that are
Yeah.
in coma or dream, long dream. So the TV is right in the front. So after a while, I remember then I have my daughter, and I said, "Oh my God, Christina." All of a sudden, she was like, "Oh, you can go anytime you want. You're just in a dream. Tell my mom, then I am okay." And she was like, "I'll come like a." So she came and visit me. I kid you not. This rabbit, I have video with the
Mm-hmm.
longest ear than I ever have seen. Stop right in front of her mom and dad and just staring at their face. And I was like, "What?" And I jumped, on the staircase again, came down, and I woke up.
Is your device starting to heat up?
No,
Feel your phone. Just feel your phone because you're starting to break up a bit. Is that your dogs that I'm hearing in the background?
that is my neighbor dog.
Okay. Well,
And it's raining. We have 60 inches of snow in here. This is why you probably hear me.
ah. Okay.
A
I
lot of
want you to
snow.
analyze this stream. This happened a while ago, and it'll be short. It won't be a long story because we're running into about that 50-minute mark, and I want to talk about one more thing. Um, I used to have this reoccurring dream where I'd be in a room that was white. There was no furniture. And I finally talked to somebody within the room, and they said, "It's not your time, but we have been waiting for you, Michael. Don't worry, we're waiting for you, but you have more to do." So, and I said, "Why are people walking through this house?" He says, "Here, everybody owns everything, nobody owns anything. So you're free to go where you want, when you want. We're not bounded by fear or anger or hunger. And I woke up.
Beautiful. So you have each, and you have
I
done
don't,
that spiritual awakening, the face your shadow, and you know you are not bound from with anything. Like you are detached from material stuff. You are on the spiritual journey and sharing what you have learned and what you know. And that is when we are detached. We are just extension of each other, and that is beautiful dream. We always have to see empty. Our body is like it recharges every morning. Our mind have new thoughts. We have different things to do every single day. And this is why I say be present, live in the here and now. Like your mind is a blank, what you go and feel with every day.
you have within the app, hun, where, because you're breaking up pretty bad, you can have it where it's just your picture. So maybe, do you know how to do that? There's like a little wheel. Oh, maybe not because you're on your phone, aren't you?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you fine, but right now you're frozen and you looked very
Oh,
peaceful and now you're looking at me like, "Michael, why are you doing that?" You got this weird face like,
oh,
but
I'm
but
sorry.
now you're but now you're smiling. Uh Maybe that's a sign we're close to where we should end it. I don't know. But do you know
Yes.
how to change it where you can just have your picture for a second? I'm worried that your phone, it could be everybody's using the internet. The bandwidth is low. Whoa, I lost her.
You have me.
It's better now since you rebooted.
Yes. I think angels are playing games with us, Michael, and it's okay, you know. A
Yeah,
lot
because
of people are watching too.
you were like, it was almost like the energy form of you. So
It's the
here's the
aura.
other dream. Yeah, here's the other dream I had, and this is probably at the beginning of my awakening. And I got really sick, and I fell asleep, and then I went into this garden. It was a beautiful garden. There was this lovely lady who had a long flowing white dress, and there were people behind her, like, I don't know what they were. I don't know if they were her bodyguards, but we did not speak. It was telepathic. And she just said, "I have loved you many lifetimes, and you have loved me many lifetimes." And it was almost like I was talking to my mother, my sister, my lover, like all these different forms she had been throughout my life, but I felt completely safe and loved. And then when I woke up, I felt like I was chemically high. I was
And that
buzzing.
is
I'd
your
never,
feminine side. You open up the soft part of you. This is why the female came and told you that I've loved you. So you had to invest more to drop that masculine side and open up your feminine side and allowed you to balance masculine and feminine side.
well, the weird thing is, the fever I had broke.
Broke, yes.
I was energetic, like I was on something for about 5 hours, and I felt better than I've ever felt in my whole life, just in that capsule. And I think there are many people who go through these things, these shakings, awakenings, and for those who don't want to return, I feel like I've been here enough times. I think this, in some ways, is a simulation or a matrix, some form of a test. And it's like where souls go to develop. And then once you've gotten through the classes and you may take you 100 lifetimes, but you'll slowly understand. And that's why I think we see glimpses, or we'll go, "Hey, I've done this before. I know what they're going to say. Why is that? Did I
Yes.
dream this?" And I think we're just kind of on that endless loop tape sometimes. What do you think?
I think then we go through the cycles of life. For example, things that you wanted and deserve when you were
Mm-hmm.
younger. and they are called OSHA's cycle of
Yep.
life, as 7 to 14, whenever kids want and they peer pressure and
Yep.
everything. After a while, they finish high school. They don't remember nothing from that. They go in high school and
Mm-hmm.
college, have different desire. Because the moment that that cycle have ended, you just go and take the essence of that, the lessons, and you go and use some of
I love
them,
how you
and you
said
go and
that. The
replace
essence.
what you don't.
The
Correct.
essence.
And that
Say that with me.
become
That
the
the essence.
essence.
You know what? That is what we're doing today. We're living in the
Correct.
essence of this moment energetically together.
Correct. And that become the fragrance of life. This is why some people have that high energy, is like smelling good, looking good, energy always flows. Aura is so good. Whenever they go, people want to be around them because it's their
Right.
personal smell, personal
Did you
essence,
see the
personal
card I got
fragrance.
for you the
So
other
it's
day that
important.
I maybe you didn't see it. We were in a broadcast. You came in and I did a quick card for you, and it was entrepreneurial, and it was the angels. I'll send it to you.
Oh, I can't
Yeah,
remember.
no, I
Thank you.
think you came in and left, but I did the card for the collective in the room, and your card came
Oh,
up as entrepreneurial, angels, spirits. Yeah,
beautiful.
and they
Thank you.
basically were just saying that you were entering into this new chapter where you were ready, and they were going to support you every way they could, but you still had free will, so they will wait until you're ready. But they
Oh,
but they were saying
wow.
you were ready. I'll find the card and I'll send it to you. But that was the card I
Thank
came up
you.
with. We are going to wrap this up soon here. So if you can, um, tell me what brings you the greatest excitement in your life right now.
Well, first of all, my daughter. She is wonderful, amazing, and she is the reason why I want to become better each and every
Mm,
day. Because I want she always say I look up to you, but I look up to God, and I look up to the purity of and honesty of
yep.
life, because it make me humble, and it make me to understand that I'm no better than anybody else. I'm here just to connect with
Right.
others. So my daughter, God, my students, they are the best teachers to show me how to be present, how to be
Mm-hmm.
mindful, and how to have fun in life. And people like you, Michael, Rumi, Noble Ron, and Tim, and Rose, and Neda, and all the friends that we have met in here, and friends that I have in my everyday life, my sister. So they just always are our tank of energy.
Yes.
So if you ever feel like your tank is empty, you always have that five people that make you happy, and you don't feel alone. Happiness starts from within, but it's very good if you feel down and
Mm-hmm.
low. You have those people to go to, and you don't feel alone. So you deal with the anger and stress and anxiety and depression in a better way, because in the end we need peace and serenity, and that is the best
You
wealth and
brought up a
health
great
that
point that
everybody
the guides
deserves.
are screaming at me right now. This is the highest suicide rate this
Yes.
time of the year. So if you know somebody within your inner circle you know is suffering, be it your grandmother, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your best friend, co-worker, someone you talk to on Twitter Spaces, just if you can reach out to them, not to the point where you drown. I'm not saying go under with them, but do what you can to uplift their spirit. Take them out to lunch. Just sometimes a few words are all what someone needs, right? Okay, so where can someone reach you and connect with you if they wanted your services? Because I know you do coaching before we go.
My website is donikaganther.com. They can find me in LinkedIn, Twitter, Space, X. They can find me Facebook, Instagram, anywhere under Donika Ganther. And if you want any coaching service, please DM me. And I answer right away. And I work all the time with, doing workshop or one-on-one. especially this time of the year when people feel lonely and don't have anybody for holidays,
It's
or
hard.
they have issues with
Yeah.
family members.
Yeah.
So if we can find those, you know, if we can find some release and a tribe when support us, just be that person to help somebody.
I think it was Deepak Chopra who said, if you think you're enlightened, spend Christmas with your parents. He said, they will trigger you. He says, nobody is fully enlightened. And you were talking about triggering earlier. We are collectively, I hope in the future we follow through with this, but I want to do an experiment with you. And I would love for them to be only less than an hour. We're and we can do multiple ones if we want, but I want to do this thing so we can put it on TikTok as well later. But have where we do no more than 2 minutes, and we have multiple people in the room, and everybody has to do 2 minutes or less, and we do the Russian flush, or we'll do a horn. Maybe they don't want to hear it like they're being flushed, but that's what I used to do. We'll think of something kinder, but it's a
Yes.
great experiment in being concise. And Tim Brown talks about that all the time. Be concise, know what you're going to talk about. Because I find a lot of times people get on and it's like, it may be forever before I get on again. So I have to tell them everything I ever knew in my whole life. No, you don't.
Yeah.
And if you make it,
They either repeat themselves, they get off track, lose the trail of
yeah,
thoughts. So stay concise, precise, and just deliver. You don't have to be like there for 3 minutes. If you can deliver in 1 minute, that is the best
yeah.
thing.
Well, the problem is if you look at the analytics of the videos that I produce, people watch for like 5 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds. If you really are doing something right, 2 minutes, they may give you 2 minutes of your time. So if you're rambling for 10 minutes and basically hijacking the room, you're not doing yourself, number one, a service, and you're also not doing anybody in the room a service. So I'm a big believer that when you do a space, for myself, do them any way you want, people. I'm not saying this is the golden rule, but let everybody eat. Let everybody dance. Let everybody express. If you're in a room where everybody speaks for 5 minutes and you've got 30 people, they're going to speak once, right? And if the host is speaking 5 to 10 minutes each time somebody talks, you're going to have 6 people talking and go, what the hell was I here for 2 hours? Where if you keep it
Yes.
spontaneous for a minute to 2 minutes, as you're saying, they know that in 10 minutes, they're going to get back up.
Yeah, we have to be mindful because everybody wants to be heard, seen, value, and everybody have a story to deliver. So you learn more by giving people 2 minutes than letting somebody to talk 5 minutes and just repeat and repeat. And especially people you have heard their story many times. So be concise. Be concise and to the
You know what that
point.
reminds me of? Your grandmother.
Don't say
Your
names.
grandmother, right? Oh no. She's going to tell me this wartime story I've heard. My grandma
My daughter say that
my
all the
grandmother
time.
used to go, we used to have this chit. And I said, what is a chit? And she goes, it would be a list of the things that we had, and we would have to make do with what we had during the wartime. And I must have heard that story 500 times. And then the other one was,
My daughter say the same thing. She repeats exactly what I'm supposed to say. Mom, I already know.
right. All right. Thank you, folks. We appreciate you being here. We're right at that cusp. Thank you, Donika. We will talk in the red room, green room, the blue room. Which pill are you going to take? We don't know. The green or the blue. We're all good. Or the red. Do you want to say something? Go ahead.
I want to.
You've got 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Go.
Flakes falling all around, oh, so beautiful. In this moment, everything feels so full. Feeling high in my own zone of
twin flame, my love unfurled. 30 years of laughter and deep connection. Through it all, you've been my true reflection. Flakes falling all around, oh so beautiful. And in that moment, everything feels so full. Feeling high in my own zone of bliss. Contemplation in this winter's kiss. Countless angels surrounding me now. Hello to souls all around. I bow. Life's a miracle, wisdom flowing through. Unconditional love in all that we do. Snowflakes falling all over the world. You'll always be my twin flame, my love unfurled. 30 years of laughter and deep connection. Through it all, you've been my true reflection. Stop. Goodbye.
I hope you enjoyed the time you spent with Donika today. And we are here together enjoying this current moment. Donika is a true thought leader, and you can find her on Twitter Spaces. I hope in the future we'll see her on even more platforms. She's fun, true treasure. I hope you enjoyed that. We have one more tune, and we're going to call it a night. Okay? This is called "Alone in Dreamscape."
Walking these empty streets, night shadows in my mind. The lone wolf howl at the moon. Dreams ain't far behind. Stars up in the black sky, stories whispered in the wind. Castles built on thoughts where reality begins. Imagination fuels the fire, burning bright in the night. See tomorrow with hope, aim for that dream's light. Purpose rides the horizon, truth buried in the dirt. Value not for sale, not a product of hurt. Purpose rides the horizon, truth buried in the dirt. Value not for sale, not a product of hurt. Divine love's a matrix, messages in the air. Life unfolding slow, not searching just to where. Imagination fuels the fire, burning bright in the night. See tomorrow with hope, aim for that dream's light. Imagination fuels the fire, burning bright in the night. See tomorrow with hope, aim for that dream's Purpose rides the horizon, truth buried in the dirt. Value not for sale, not a product of her.
All right. Thank you for spending some time with us this evening. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe. Please also follow Donika. You can find her on Twitter. And she does a Twitter Spaces pretty much every Monday. And I believe it starts around 5 and usually ends somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock. Thank you. Have a great Friday evening. Be kind to one another. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. And thank you to Marie.